Hello once again. I am John Lonardo III, here today with our 10th video devotional in our series on the greatest sermon ever given. We've been going through this sermon now for 2 weeks, going through the Sermon on the Mount, greatest sermon ever, for 2 weeks now. We're going to have probably about 4 more weeks in this Sermon on the Mount devotion series. We're going to be taking a break from that Saturday and Sunday, but do not fear, there will be devotion videos posted this Saturday and Sunday. And then we will pick up the Sermon on the Mount again on Monday. So today, we're going to be in Matthew chapter 5, verses 33 to 37. Sorry that I misspoke there a little bit. The theme of the day is oaths and keeping your word as a Christian. Let's dive right into the passage today. Again, ye have heard that it hath been said by them of old time, Thou shalt not forswear thyself, but shalt perform unto the Lord thine oaths. But I say unto you, swear not at all, neither by heaven, for it is God's throne, nor by the earth, for it is his footstool, neither by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. Neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. But let your communication be yea, yea, nay, nay, for whatever is more than these cometh of evil. So we make oaths all the time in our culture today. One we hear a lot is, I swear to God. We will say this to put a further backing on our word, because man's word is typically not trustworthy. And we need to put something higher to back up our word so people believe us. If I do this when my friend is doubting, if I say I swear to God when my friend is doubting that I will actually do an activity in question, ultimately what's happening is I'm not just saying that I'm going to be there. I am saying I'm going to be there, and I'm also saying in front of God that I'm going to be there. So I'm not just telling my friend that, I'm saying this in front of God, before God, that I will do this. And it's not always that we will invoke the name of God for an oath. Let's say if you are asked if you can afford a certain item at the store. Maybe it's like a large purchase or whatever it may be. And your father happens to own the biggest business in town. You could invoke the name of your father to be able to back up that you can actually pay for whatever you are purchasing there. So there are different ways where we'll take something above us to back up and to have our word be stronger. So Jesus here is saying that we shouldn't give oaths at all, because everything that we would swear by ultimately doesn't belong to us. It'll belong to the Lord. And what we are doing is we're using what belongs to the Lord to back up a claim or statement which we have no control over. Because if we look in verse 36, neither shalt thou swear by thy head, because thou canst not make one hair white or black. So we ultimately can't control any of these things which we are swearing to, even though we are invoking a name much higher than ours. If we're invoking the name of God, that's the name above all other names. And Jesus is saying where we must be careful with this, because if we invoke the name of God for something like this, not only are we tainting our reputation, we're also tainting the way people look at Jesus, people look at God. And we're doing this over things that we have no control over. As Christians, we should already be set apart from the world, in many ways, this way included. If we say we're going to do something, people should look at us and say, he's a Christian, he says he's going to do this, he's going to do that. And all the time people complain that a man's worth ain't worth a dime anymore, ain't worth much. And when they say that, most of the time they're also involving many Christians in there. And this is not because they don't trust Christians because they have problems with the God Christians serve. This is quite often because of the actions that many Christians do. I know there have been times in my life where I say I'm going to go to an event, and then something bigger and better might pop up, and I might try to back out of the first event I was in. And that hurts our testimony with whoever we are offending in this situation. And sometimes we'll back out of plans that we make with a close friend who we know will be mad or upset that we broke our plans with them, but ultimately they'll forgive us. This still isn't something we should do, because what we're doing is we're eroding that friendship, we're eroding that relationship even a small little bit, which over time, that's going to make us a bit more distant. So I want to end it on this note. If you say you're going to do something at a certain time, you should really do it. It is important that you stick to your word to preserve your testimony, not just to your Christian friends and family, but more importantly, to your secular friends and family. Because if they see absolutely nothing different in your life, besides that you go to church on Sundays and maybe Wednesdays as well, if that's the only difference they see in your life, they're not going to want Christianity. Because as far as they're concerned, they already have Christianity minus having Sunday mornings and Wednesday evenings booked, just to put it plainly. So if you back out of plans just like they do, if you do anything else just like they do, if you eat food, if you watch TV, if you spend your days and if your vocabulary is the same as them, and the only difference is you go to church, they're not going to want to go to church. They're not going to want Christianity because from what you have shown them, they already have it. Which we know that that's probably not even remotely close to the truth. But if that's the Christianity you show them, that's the Christianity that they're going to think is Christianity. I hope that this message was able to help you today. And as I said, we will pick up the Sermon on the Mount on Monday morning again. But Saturday and Sunday, we will also have devotions. I'm going to go through a psalm on either Saturday or Sunday. I haven't completely decided exactly what Saturday and Sunday will be this weekend. But we'll have the devotions out. And I hope you have a great rest of your Friday. And please make it a church on Sunday and be able to worship amongst your local fellowship of believers. Have a great day.